Picture this. It's the end of the world. Zombies are everywhere. Chaos reigns. Buildings are crumbling, and everything's pretty much gone to hell. Except for one little thing. A Toyota RAV4. This quirky compact SUV has just survived the apocalypse, but how on earth is that even possible? How could this little grocery getter survive the end of the world and achieve legendary status? Well, to find out, we need to fire up the time machine and go back in time. You see, the answers lie deep in the car's origins. It's the 90s, Japan, home of the samurai, where everything is forged in fire. It's here where a company called Toyota has an idea, a wild one at the time, to create something that doesn't exist. A vehicle that is like a Swiss Army knife on wheels. Part car, part truck, and part mountain goat. Literally, a do-it-all vehicle. The result? The first-generation Toyota RAV4 is born. The idea of such a vehicle started as far back as 1986, when its radical design was first discussed within Toyota's development team. Yet Chief Engineer Masakatsu Nonaka found it near impossible to convince other departments of the feasibility of creating a mass production car for a segment that did not yet exist. You see, the term sport utility vehicle was not known back then, and many found it hard to understand the concept of such a compact 4x4. SUVs were mostly big, bulky, and about as practical for city driving as a cruise ship in a kiddie pool. So the project ground to a halt, but was later revived thanks to intervention from an unexpected source: Toyota's Japanese and European sales divisions. Masakatsu Nonaka and the sales divisions envisioned a vehicle that combined the comfort, efficiency, and handling of a sedan with the off-road capabilities of a 4x4. So they named it the RAV4, short for Recreational Activity Vehicle. Taking the Kia Sportage as a model, the salespeople were convinced that the time was right for this new type of vehicle. They soon had their faith rewarded as the first physical manifestation of the new vehicle. The RAV4 concept, displayed at the 1989 Tokyo Motor Show, was warmly received by the public. 2 years later, work on the project started. The RAV4's construction was unique, maintaining the height and ground clearance of traditional four-wheel drive vehicles, but built on a unibody platform, meaning it was more of a car than a truck, which made it light, nimble, and surprisingly fuel-efficient for an SUV. To save costs, Toyota made use of tried-and-tested components from its extensive parts catalog in creating the RAV4. The platform came from the Corolla, the engine and some driveline components from the Camry and Carina, and the suspension and transmission were derived from the Celica GT4. The first-gen RAV4 hit the streets in 1994 like a breath of fresh air. Toyota had introduced the compact sport utility vehicle segment to the world. It initially came as a two-door, four-seat model with permanent four-wheel drive transmission mated with either a 5-speed manual or 4-speed auto gearbox. Under the hood was a 2-liter 16-valve 4-cylinder 3SFE engine producing 120 horsepower. Nothing to brag about at the drag strip, but perfect for the RAV4's go-anywhere, do-anything mission. And then there was the suspension, fully independent, which gave it a near hot hatch type performance. For the non-car geeks out there, that means each wheel is supported independently of the others. This meant it could handle mud, sand, and snow like a champ. It measured just 3.96 meters long. It was unlike anything else on the market. Its compact size, car-like handling, high ground clearance, and four-wheel drive system immediately appealed to consumers. It was truly a Swiss Army knife of vehicles. People didn't just like the RAV4, they loved it. Initial worldwide demand was expected to be only around 4,500 units. However, the RAV4 was an instant hit, both critically and commercially, and with 8,000 orders pouring in the first month alone, production volumes were doubled. In 1994, over 53,000 were sold worldwide. The following year, sales doubled, and the next year, the total tripled. Still, some felt the rear passenger space and luggage carrying space was inadequate. And to address this, Toyota launched a four-door model in March 1995 and increased its overall length. In 1996, an entry-level front-wheel drive-only model was introduced, and the next year, an all-electric RAV4 EV model, designed to comply with California's mandate of zero-emission vehicles, was made available overseas. A midlife facelift in 1998 introduced crystal-style headlights and rear lenses, more equipment, improved safety, and slightly more engine power. A cabriolet version was also launched, but its fiddly convertible roof arrangement won few admirers, and it was deleted from the range in 2000. The car quickly developed a cult following, not just for being playful and fun to drive, but also for its practicality, affordability, and seemingly indestructible nature. Seriously, these things were like roaches in a nuclear war. They just couldn't die. Toyota's legendary reliability was a big reason why. You could beat it up all day, and it'd still keep going like nothing happened. The RAV4 had everything you needed in the mid-90s. Basic radio, a CD player, and even a dual sunroof in some models. You could toss your gear in the back, fold down the seats, and head off on a weekend adventure without a second thought. It wasn't a hardcore off-road beast like the Land Cruiser, but it was surprisingly capable on dirt trails and rough roads. People took them camping, hiking, and even racing. Oh yes, believe it or not, the first-gen RAV4 has some racing chops. In 1996, Toyota entered a specially prepared RAV4 into the brutal Dakar Rally, a grueling off-road race through some of the toughest terrain on the planet. And guess what? It performed shockingly well. It finished in an impressive first place in its class. The RAV4 was entered in the T2 class, which is for production-based vehicles with minimal modifications. This was a huge achievement for the RAV4, as it proved the compact SUV's durability and off-road capability in one of the toughest motorsport events in the world. But it wasn't just Dakar. The RAV4 also saw action in rally racing and other off-road competitions, proving it wasn't just a cute city runabout. It could hang with the big boys when it needed to, all while maintaining its everyday practicality. Imagine that. Your grocery getter could also compete in one of the world's toughest races. Not bad for a little SUV. So, there you have it. Today, the RAV4 is a bestseller, and it's grown a lot bigger since the days of its original compact form. But make no mistake, the soul of the first-gen RAV4 lives on in every model that rolls off the line today. And while the newer models are sleeker, more high-tech, and come with all the bells and whistles you'd expect in a modern SUV, there's something timeless about that original. Sure, it wasn't the flashiest SUV out there, but it didn't need to be. The RAV4 was for those who valued reliability over bling, adventure over status, and who just maybe wanted to be apocalypse ready.